this is where we go in. And before you even try, they tell you that no bags are permitted, from backpacks, purses, luggage, diaper bags. My goodness. Okay, no camera bags, no nothing. All right, so they try to keep this place secure. To be honest, I had to go back to the car and drop off my backpack. I had no idea. There are probably too many things to see, but let's pick a few of them. I made it because I didn't have any bags, but there are many people they reject. They tell them to go back unless you have a clear bag. That's a different story. If it's clear and they can see what's inside, then you're good. It's like going into an airport. They check everything.
So we can't even walk in.
This place is packed all the time. I've been here before, and I know that there are hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of people visiting every day, year round. You probably have to pay. That's my take on it if you want a tour. But what I will do is just to walk around now and see what I can find. I got a good spot. I'm sitting right on the edge, and maybe I will be able to shoot a couple of clips. I mean, who knows?
Welcome on board, everyone. Please find your seats. Once you have found your seats, please remain seated. In the event of an emergency, there are life jackets under your benches and children's life jackets under handicap benches. There'll be no standing or switching seats while the boat is in motion, and the boat will not get underway until everybody is seated. Respectfully, please silence your phones out of respect for the USS Arizona Memorial.
We are officially on the way. Wow, nice boat.
Ladies and gentlemen, aloha and welcome aboard. Today your driver is Ian Daly from the great state of Arizona. Is anyone on board from Arizona? Nobody? That's pretty average for today's boats. Ian Daly is an engineman in the United States Navy, an expert in all engines, whether they're on the big boats you see over to your left or within this tour boat itself. I'm your crew member today and narrator, AWF Juan Garcia. I'm a United States Naval Air Crewman. I fly around in different aircraft throughout the fleet as a flight engineer, crew chief, but a lot of sailors refer to me as a flight attendant. And I come from the great state of Texas. Is anyone here from Texas? All right, welcome aboard, specifically you two. You're welcome. All right, folks, if you look directly behind us, you'll see the beautiful mountain range on Oʻahu. And then over to your right, out in the distance, another beautiful mountain range closer to Waianae. And in between these two mountain ranges, on December 7th, 1941 at 0750 in the morning, roughly, was when the first wave of Japanese aircraft came to attack Pearl Harbor. Over to your right, you're going to see these white concrete structures sticking up from the water. Those are called mooring quay or mooring quay. They're labeled with the boats that were parked there on the day of the attack. The Japanese fleet, as they made their way to Pearl Harbor, their primary target were the boats that were right here on the side of Ford Island. The third mooring quay is the reason we're all here. The third mooring quay is the USS Arizona. The reason we're all here, the morning of the attack, the Arizona had 1,270 sailors and Marines on board. And for reference, that's about 8.5 of these tour boats full of sailors and Marines. A bomb struck through the forward hull of the Arizona and exploded in the forward magazine bay, resulting in the largest loss of life in naval history in one single attack. 1,177 of those sailors and Marines lost their lives due to that single attack, meaning only 93 survived the attack, and for reference, that's about a little bit less than half of this tour boat. Today there's over 960 sailors and Marines that are still within the hull of the USS Arizona. After the attack, rescue efforts proved to be too difficult and too dangerous to pull those service members out and send them home. So this is their final resting place. And a lot of their friends and family come here to visit them on a day-to-day basis, and this is the only way they can get out there to do that. So we ask that you remain courteous and respectful throughout your visit here today, folks. But without further ado, welcome to the USS Arizona.
It's hard to see, but I will try my best. They asked us to be relatively quiet, at least. I will give it a shot. I don't know what part this is, but they might tell us. At least the view is incredible. And the Arizona is down in the water, but it's not easy to see anything. A few parts here and there are sticking up from the water. Oh, I see. They explain. What you see in the water is this one. The gun turret is sticking up, and the memorial is built right across the boat itself. By the way, the attack happened December 7, 1941. When the planes, let's go to the other side. The planes, I think, were just coming down the valley from that direction, I think. And they came down and sank a lot of boats, destroyed airplanes and many other things. And about, I think 2,400 people died in that attack. That's absolutely insane. One group arrived and the other one is leaving. That's how they do it. And I'm impressed. They take a lot of people on these boats. I'm not sure how many, maybe 100. There is a hole in the middle where you can see more. That's interesting. But it's still hard to see. And this wall is full of names of the people who died. It's a beautiful place. The return boat is coming, so we have to go and line up again. It was a nice trip out to the memorial, and what I will do now is to walk the area. Hello. Oh yeah. Oh, maybe the ship is leaving. It looks like it. Holy cow. All right, let's wait. At least I see movement. It's backing out. But I can't film it because it would take half an hour for the ship to get out on open water. Maybe these guys will be deployed in a dangerous area of this planet. I mean, you never know these days. Wherever you go, you will find information about why Japan tried to take out the Pacific Fleet and how they managed to destroy so many things. Of course, it's overwhelming, and if you go inside the buildings, there are hundreds and hundreds of other pictures, and it's totally impossible to show you all of that. Plus the light inside is also dark. The camera will not work very well. This is a good map of how Pearl Harbor looked December 7, 1941. And the Arizona was down in this corner. and you see the memorial on the other side. There is so much information, and if you like to see it all, you need to spend several days at this location. It's impossible to see it all. This one talks about the first wave, and then the second wave of airplanes. And this is interesting, you see the map. They passed Kahuku, all of these planes, and then over Haleva, and then down the valley, down to Pearl Harbor. At 9 o'clock, everything was going up in smoke. They say the plane swarmed like bees, and that's probably true. There is an old submarine, an airplane, and a big boat anchor. Let's take a look at the anchor. Oh, they made a map of Oʻahu. You can clearly see the valley. So the planes, they came in over Kahuku, going in and down this valley. Basically, Haleva is up somewhere in this area, and they came down, going over Dole Plantation, and then dropping torpedoes right at this point. And that's Diamond Head, Cocoa Head, Hanauma Bay, and all that stuff. That's nicely done. More names. Everything displayed in the best possible way. And that's what I'm saying, you need time. You can't just walk around with the camera and think you will understand what really happened. I mean that's mission impossible. This is what I call an anchor. Look at the size. I wonder how many metric tons this weigh. It came from Arizona, and they say 10 tons. And if I understand this correctly, they had 2 on each side. Wow, is that possible? That's incredible. I'm too close. What can I do? I have to back out. I'm closer to the water. Now we can see it. I suspect this is a typical sailor from 1941. It's a nice jacket. It looks warm for Hawaii, I'm just saying. Let's see what they say. The lone sailor, of course. And the statue is next to the Arizona anchor. .88 metric tons. We will never forget December 7, 1941. All right, I will continue to the other side. There are flags, memory stones, lists of names, pictures, artifacts. I don't know what this is. And this area at that time was full of battleships, destroyers, airplanes, of course, and many other things. And most of that stuff got destroyed. After a quick bus ride, it's time to check out this super interesting memorial, the Battleship Missouri. They made an interesting entrance, full of flags, creating the right atmosphere. And the only annoying thing is this cloud. You see, this cloud is the one and only in Hawaii, pretty much. And in the morning, I was expecting this to move away, but because there is absolutely zero wind, it's just sitting there blocking the sun. It's so annoying, but what can you do? Some days are tough. Maybe I have to come back tomorrow. I don't know. I try to forget about it, looking at the cannon and the kids having a blast. Maybe I should take a closer look. This was high tech in 1941. Now you can sell it for scrap. And the magazines, I assume, were in the back. I mean, I'm not a Canon guy. I don't know what this is. Why is one black and one is red? I don't know. Is that live fire? Interesting. This is the famous kissing couple. It's a smaller version of the one they put up in San Diego. A beautiful girl kissing a sailor. I'm not sure if it's before or after the war. And we are in the middle of a military base, but they made it so you can't see outside. That's all classified, but we are allowed to go up on deck, I think. The Missouri was built as number 63. And even today, this is a large ship. It's big. And in order to go on board, you pay. It's basically $40. And I paid it. So let's go on board. The USS Missouri BB-63. And of course, they sell hot dogs, pizza, ice cream, and many other things. I don't know if this is real wood or fake. I can't tell. It's probably fake. Nothing is real. And if I turn around, you see 6 enormous cannons grouped together as 3 and 3, and a machine gun, a Cal 50, ready to shoot something. This ship was also in use in Korea, but now it's anchored up in Hawaii as a museum. Let's go to the front. On a boat like this, everything is big. And especially the anchor chains are humongous. And they are coming up from this hole around this thing. This is probably spinning, and it can feed it to all the way to the front. That was my deep explanation of how this is working. I pretend I know. I have no idea, but it's a good guess. This is the ammo. I mean, they don't shoot regular 45s or 9mm. They shoot metric tons. I don't know what caliber that is, but it's definitely big. It's always interesting to see what's inside a turret like this. Besides from the ammo, the projectiles, there are many other things, because this can swing. It can go up and down and turn around and shoot in all directions. It's a lot of heavy stuff going on in order to shoot. I can tell you one thing, this ship is much bigger than it looks like. It continues another 75 yards until it stops. It's even so big that you can play basketball up on deck, because I see a basketball hoop mounted to the wall. And it looks like they are maintaining the cannons. Maybe they remove rust. I hope you enjoyed Pearl Harbor. If you go to Hawaii, it's a must. You don't pay anything to go inside, and it's worth a few hours of walking around. I'll see you next time.